The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, The Money Masters. And now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. I'm Steve Rhodes, and I am one half of the Money Masters. My partner is Tom O'Brien is out traveling today. He is probably on an airplane right now, flying up to someplace that's a little bit cooler, I think, than not cooler from a temperature standpoint, but not cooler from a city standpoint. So he won't be here this morning. You've got me. Our call-in number is 877-927-6648. You've got the Dow up 22, the S&P's up 2, the composite down 1, small caps up 2, the NDX down 5. And, you know, if you were with us during the first hour of the show, the 9 o'clock session, we were focused in on the Qs, and we were focused in on, you know, the struggles that you've got that we're seeing as far as patterns unfolding with Apple, with Google. We'll go take a look at some other patterns as well. But what I first wanted to share with you, we call this the Money Masters Show, and it's really for a reason, because we do want you to become a master of money. When you can do that, folks, you talk about total financial freedom. When you can simply take the nest egg that you've got off to the side, and you can learn how to have that churn and pay for more than to cover all of your monthly expenses, then you absolutely are living at financial freedom. And actually, one of the cool things and it was just one of these impromptu things when I was doing the workshop on Saturday, the live workshop that Tom and I did on Saturday here in Tampa. A lot of what we were talking about was being able to get the head straight, because you really have to get the head straight, because if you don't, it's impossible to trade. And when I was taking a look at financial freedom, the question that I posed to the audience, and so therefore I'm going to go ahead and pose this to you, because our average age, if you will, you've got many people that think that they won't be able to attain financial freedom in their life for whatever reason that is. It's not true. Don't buy into that, because we absolutely can teach you how to do that. We can teach you how to play the money game so that you can start having your money pay for at least some expense, one expense, then two expense, then three expense. But really what I pose to everybody is, what type of future is it that we have for our kids? I've got 3 kids in college. I'm sure you've got kids in college or out of college or coming into college. And the real key here is, what can you do to teach them the money game? Because the reality, can you imagine, can you picture, can you envision this? Can you envision being able to teach your children how to be financially free, in essence, from the get-go? Because if you've got some funds off to the side, it doesn't take that much. You can start trading with a couple $1,000s. I hear that excuse all the time, that, I don't have enough money. That is an excuse. That is a reason to go ahead and accept your fear of trading, accept your fear of being able to deal with loss. That's why you've got to be able to get your head straight. So whether it's $2,000 or it's $10,000, whatever it is that they've accumulated up to this point in time, can you imagine, how hard would you work to give them a little bit of a nest egg, so that when they get out of college, hopefully what they don't have are huge student loans, but if they do, wouldn't it be nice that this working capital they have off to the side here is being able to pay enough to take care of that? How about their apartment rental? Because when you come out of school, think about yourself when you were back there. What were your living expenses like then compared to they are now? What were your wants and desires then? Was anybody teaching you the money game? That's your responsibility. It's my responsibility. It's our responsibility together to be able to teach our kids. When they come out of school, what was the employment data this morning? It was terrible. I think there was one piece of information, maybe it was the Challenger report or some report that came out and said, we've just had the most number of layoffs in the last several years. The most number of layoffs. We're not in an economy that's bouncing back just yet. Maybe it's bouncing back for you. That's good. But when you take a look at the depth of it, when you take a look at your kids coming out of school, or maybe they're already out of school, how many of them are actually doing what it is they want to do? How many of them are pursuing their dream job right now? How many of them are actually doing what it is that they got a degree for? It's a small percentage. But irregardless of that, we want them to be able to have that vision, chase those dreams. And you and I, we can make that happen. How do you make that happen? Well, first, folks, when you see on my screen here, maybe you don't see the complete screen, you know, the whole key to motivation is understanding your potential. You've got to understand your potential because that will force you, that will allow you to take action. When you take action results, folks, then what happens is you'll get results. Good or bad, you'll get results. We want to teach you how to get good results, and then you create a strong belief system. That creates a cycle of success. If you're having trouble motivating someone in your life, all you need to do is spend a little bit of time and show them their potential, something that they don't see. Because the reality is, we are much harder on ourselves than others are. You can see something. I can see great, successes within inside each of you. I can feel it here. I can feel that energy that we have. So I know that you've got another level. Maybe that next level for you is just simply being able to do something for someone else. And how about one of your children? How about teaching them the tools of financial freedom? How about teaching them how they can grow their money, how they can, because imagine their life. When that nest egg continues to grow and the things that they want in their life, they're able to go get. They don't have to deal with money doesn't grow on trees because in their mind, what they're creating is a forest of trees, a forest of beautiful money-generating trees. That's what it's all about because the money game, folks, isn't about doing, 100 things. It's about doing 5 things 100 times. It's about the patterns that we took a look at in the 9 o'clock session. It'll be the patterns that we take a look at in this session. You don't have to be in the market 100% of the time. You want to wait for the patterns to set up so that they're right for you. And if you miss a move, all it means is you missed a move. It's like missing a television show. There's going to be a rerun. There's going to be a rerun in the market. There's going to be another pattern that sets up, and you just have to have the right mindset. Well, the ultimate success formula, folks, starts with being able to see things how they are. You can see that I've got that on my screen. So whatever it is that you're looking at, where you're trying to create a success formula, if you're trying to take a look at your financial well-being, your financial future, you've got to see it how it is. But then the next key here, folks, is to see it better than it is. When I talk about that little shift is understanding your potential. So if you take a look at your financial situation, you see it how it is, no matter how good, no matter how bad it is, now see it better than it is. And you truly have to vision it. You truly have to envision it and see it better than it is. And you want to make it even better than that. If you're not getting any juice because you say, this is where I'm at today, but here's where it is that I'm going. And you know what? By listening to Steve or listening to Basil or Larry or Tom or David or Ken Shreve or Don Kaufman, all the contributors here or all of the tools that we have access to you, never before in life have you had access to information like this. When you do that, you're starting to create your mindset to meet your vision. And then, folks, what helps you is you have clarity. When you have clarity, you have power. You know your outcome. You know what it is that you're moving towards. And what you want to have, and the reason why I'm bringing this to the children aspect is because in life, for you to be able to really take action, for you to really be able to go after your outcome, you have to have strong reasons why. And I'm hoping that maybe it's your children. If you can't do this for yourself, if you're not doing this for yourself, I want you to be able to do this for your children. That should be a strong reason why. Or do it for your spouse or your better half, whatever, or a friend or a parent. How about just simply for a parent? How about if you could make their life easier? Because you absolutely can. So I want you to see it how it is, but then I want you to see it better than it is. And I'd like you to turn that notch up, make it a little bit larger, a little bit brighter, and then you're going to start to create that mindset. Now, what we do here is the mindset of the money game, folks. It's understanding that you don't have to be right on every trade. All you need trading is about having a distribution of wins and losses. And you can go back to your trading career, take a look at your trading program to see what type of results it's generating. If it's not generating the results that you want, then you want to step it up. You want to step it up a notch because I've got newsletters, Basil's got newsletters. Most of these newsletters, you're able to try them out for free. In my case, you're putting down a credit card for unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee. You're putting down a credit card for 30 days to be able to have access to the patterns that I see, my education. And the education I deliver here and the radio show is great, but it's nothing compared to what it is that I'm able to do in these little pieces of information that I keep for my subscribers to understand. There were some lunar aspects that we were looking at last night. Look, October 26th, you're going to mark that on your date, folks, because that is going to be one huge turn date or what should be one huge turn date in the market. We've got a huge P-index date that's taking place. We've got another new moon cycle and the moon at perigee. And just simply mark October 26th on your calendar. You want to make sure that you're tuning into the show on that day. But when we take a look at this, you know, in the 9 o'clock show, I was talking about how baseball players can be the most successful and only hit the ball 30% of the time. Batters, that is, right? In trading, I've got this 50-50 distribution. This 50, you know, if you just were flipping the coin and you were right 50% of the time, and you had the right money management in place, you know, if you were playing the triple ETFs and you understood how to play that, which I can teach you to do that with my position size calculator, with my money management system, you know, you have a positive expectancy, folks. And you have a positive expectancy in life, and you have a positive expectancy in your trading system, you will unleash incredible potential, and that's what we want you to do. In this case here, you know, this is showing a system where you're making 50 trades a year. 50 trades a year where you're going to lose 50% of the time, win 50% of the time. The half of the time that you're going to win, you're going to risk $1,000 to make $3,000, risk $100, make $300, whatever your capital balance happens to be. And the other 40% of the 50, okay, you're going to break that down in two sections. The other 40% of the time, you're going to lose exactly what you risked. Okay? And then 10% of the time, because of the volatility in the markets, because of, you're going to just simply have your stop will be jumped. And when your stop gets jumped, you just simply let it take you out of the market. You go ahead and you look for the next trade. If it means you jump back in, then you jump back in. But you want to reassess. You want to be able to think clearly. You don't want to become an investor in whatever it is, because this is about trading the markets, if you will, because an investor today has got the same thing they had 13 or 14 years ago. You know, it's not really going anywhere. Your dollar's lost a lot of purchasing power over that period of time, and you could have been learning the money game where you could have been manifesting so much into your life. So I want you to be able to learn this. In this case here, I'm just going to give you a little bit of kind of how my newsletter system works, if you will, and then we'll go into the markets because they're pretty much flat. There's not a whole lot to talk about out there. You can always give me a call at 877-927-6648. But just in the last minute here, I typically during the day will send out an alert. In this case here, I put buy ZAG at 990, put 1% risk, put a 1.2 stop multiplication factor. That's because I have a position size calculator. This is some of the data that you're seeing on the screen. There's about 5 or 6 blocks that you put in information, and position sizing is what it's all about, folks, because position sizing will have more impact on your financial future, on your ability to be able to amass money into your account. You need to do this. Whether you're using my calculator or you're creating some type of spreadsheet, you want to understand proper position sizing. In my case here, it becomes easy because I send out the signal or information to my clients, and they're able to go in and put in their capital account balance. They do that up in this section here. In this case here, I put in $100,000 as their capital account, exactly what we're going to risk. Sometimes we don't even risk 1%. That 40% return that we were taking a look at there, that's what risking 1%. It's understanding how to risk only 1% of your funds. It automatically calculates the average true range. That's the last 10 trading days. It's in light print down here. You want to understand that. You want to have your stop at least placed one time out of that, because we don't know what a stock is going to do on any given day. And you want to be outside that average true range. You don't want to have spent all this time finding a pattern only to let the noise of the market take you out of it. So, folks, it's a wonderful way to be able to amass your financial future. Thanks for being here, 877-927-6648. This is the Money Masters.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Is the fast-moving investment world challenging the way you think about managing risk and return? You don't have to go it alone. Directions Alternative Strategy Funds feature built-in tactical management to help you find clarity for the path ahead. Direction Funds. I'm with X. To learn more about Directions Alternative Strategy Funds, please visit TFNN.com and click on the Direction Funds banner or call 877-434-9363. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information about Direction Funds. The prospectus should be read carefully before investing. To obtain a prospectus, go to directionfunds.com. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. The use of leverage by a mutual fund increases the risk to the fund. The more a fund invests in leverage instruments, the more leverage will magnify gains or losses on those investments. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
For some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, half of the Money Masters. My partner in crime is out traveling today. And right now we've got the Dow up 26, S&P's up 4, Composite up 10, small caps up 4. And here's what I expect the setup to look like. I expect that we'll see the markets move higher for the next 2 days. And I think that that likely will be all of it. How much higher? Well, we'll just have to see what kind of volume comes into the marketplace. But, you know, when I go back and I take a look at my cycle work and exactly what's going on, you know, during the last, especially during yesterday and what came into being, it looks to me like the market will move up for 2 days. So that maybe move up into Friday, if you will, unless there's some other signal. Now, what I also happen to have up on my screen is the silver contract. And, you know, just kind of flipping through charts, you know, as I come onto the show. But most of my notations are there. So I don't know if this was from a caller that called in or maybe Tom and I were just talking about it. But one of the things on the silver contract here is I'm taking a look at the date of September 26th. That was a day where silver pushed all the way down at $26.15. And during the trading session, what you saw the bulls take control. The bulls pushed it all the way back up, and silver closed that session at $30.78. So from a low of $26.15 to $30.78, pretty huge wide price spread, if you will. Now when you have a candle like that, what I like to do is I like to take a look at about the halfway point of that wick before I would start to consider putting on a trade, which would, in this case here, mean go long silver. And you want to see it get some juice right out of there. Well, the point that I had marked there, the estimation I came up with was $28.46. Now, where you're taking it is really from the bottom of the bar here, I guess where it opened, where it closed. In this case here, silver closed at 26.15, all the way down to, I'm sorry, that was the low, 26.15. The actual close was 30.78. If you took the difference between those two, divided it by 2, and then you came down from the close, it should get you somewhere around 28.46. Well, interestingly enough, in this session here, what does silver get down to? 28.43. That halfway point when you're taking a look at these hammer candles, and they're really important candles because it's where, on that trading session, especially if it's recent, this case here was only maybe 5-6 trading sessions ago, you've got the bulls that are just simply, pushing it up. So you may likely have some support in there, some folks that are on your team, on the tug of war side. So, that doesn't mean that silver can't trade lower. It absolutely can. It absolutely will at some point here because you've got some volume down there. And what you'd like to see is you'd like to see silver get down to 26.14. The low on that session was 26.15. Do it on less than 104,000 contracts. Close up top. Then you will have had a successful test, a failure on price, a failure on volume. To us, that means you'd have a successful test, and then silver would be able to start moving up from there. But until that happens, we're just taking a look simply from a trading standpoint. Now, let's go take a look around the world. We didn't do that in the first segment, and it's always great to look and see what the heck is going on around the world, because apparently everything is fixed over in Germany. You've got the DAX up 213 points. You've got the FTSE up 134. Of course, the folks over in Asia, they're saying, not so quick, the rest of you guys, because we had the Shanghai, I think it was open last night, down 571. The Nikkei down 73. And the Hang Seng down looks like maybe about 5.8. We'll go take a look at their charts as well. Now, when we were on the show yesterday at the Money Masters, we certainly were taking a look at the DAX because the DAX has been providing us with so much information, their chart patterns, if you will. Now, the DAX, you can see, came down and it tested this hammer. It didn't get all the way down to the halfway point. What it did move down to is those beautiful sacred geometry numbers, those numbers that we want you to know, we want you to memorize. It got down to the 0.786 retracement. And where I'm going with that, how you calculate that, folks, is you're starting with the low on September 23rd. In the DAX's case, that was 49.73, all the way up to the high that it made on September 29th at 57.04. And what you can see is it came down into that 0.786 area, sliced right through the 0.618, and held that 786. The actual 786 was 51.30. It gets down to 51.25. You have to love these numbers. If you're going to fall in love with anything, folks, fall in love with sacred geometry, because it will make you a ton of money. It will help you to understand what's going on in the marketplace. If that failed right there, we know that, and especially at a hammer, right? So you're coming down, picture this, you're coming down into a hammer candle. Steve is saying, hey, the halfway point is a good place if you were to go long. But now you also know that you're coming down into a 0.786. It gets down there, it tests it, it rejects it, and it moves higher. And if we take a look at where has it bounced to, even though we say, it's up 211 points here for the trading session, where has it bounced to so far? It's sliced through the 0.382. What the DAX wants to do is wants to get out there, probably test the 54.83. That's the 0.618. Maybe over the trading session of the next 2 days, get up to the 0.786 on the way up there, 55.80. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, more than 40 different mining equities, as well as some of the most popular precious metal ETFs, including the GDX and the SLV. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report that will help you take advantage of investment opportunities at the current historic gold price levels. To order your Gold Report today with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to tfnn.com or call our office directly at 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at tfnn.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of tfnn.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of tfnn.com.
Welcome back, folks. I'm Steve Rhodes, half of the Money Masters. Thanks so much for joining me. And stay tuned because, folks, we got a great lineup. Wednesday's just a wonderful lineup. You've got Basil Chapman. He's sitting in the IMBEC circle right now. Then after that, you've got Larry Pesavento, David White from 3 to 4. And right now we've got the Dow up 12, the S&P's up 2, the composite up 5, the small caps up 3. And what I've got up on my screen, I said, we were going to go around the world. And, and around the world we're taking a look at the Hang Seng right now. Had an absolute miserable evening, down another 571 points. Now, where is it coming into? It's coming into the 0.618 area. The 0.618 area would be right somewhere right around 16,130, 16,133. And where it got down to last night was 16,170. If we just take a look at, and you can take a look at this, where is this trading into right now? It's trading into the April 09 area. This is giving us the signal when you start taking a look at, if you believe that we're in a one world market, and you take a look at the weakness versus strength. In our case here in our markets, we look at the small caps because they've been weak. We take a look at the strength, which has been the NDX. Well, around the world, we're seeing the Hang Seng move back to lows, going back towards the March of 09. We're seeing the FTSE and the DAX act very weak, and we can take a look at that. It's all the signals out there. When we take a look at the NYSE, the New York Stock Exchange, and how it's broken through candle patterns that suggest that there's much, much lower prices to come. It's why I am really urging you to take the action. Call your money manager, your pension fund manager, whoever it is that you've got to call to find out what it takes for you to go to cash. you really should be going to cash in your 401k accounts. I am not worried about the potential opportunity loss. I don't care if people are out there telling you that it's a buy of a lifetime. Folks, what you want to do is you want to protect yourself. There's too many contributors around here that have too much experience with the markets and what these signals are telling us, and we are in a horrible bear market. All you have to do is just look around you. So that's what's going on with the Hang Seng out there. Let's go to our first caller, John in Sarasota. John, thanks for calling.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Terrific. How about yourself?
Doing great. Good to hear your voice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How about TBT? Where's it going?
TBT. Well, you know, TBT, it's off the bottom. Yesterday it made a low of 17.99, and it is trading right now at 19. So if we just simply take a look at the retracement area, the first place where you expect TBT to run into some agitation is at the 1922 level. We're trading at 1919. That's that 0.382. And you know, when I take a look at the market setup, looks to me like we've got another 2 days worth of bounce time frame. So with that being said, the TBT ought to go up into the 0.618 area. That would be 1997. If you get a little bit of volume as you're coming into that, and volume means increasing volume over yesterday or today. Right now, the volume from yesterday was 11 million shares. The day before, 12 million shares. What it's going to do, John, it's going to come into the swing point. The swing point at September 28th has got 11 million shares. So if you start to see volume coming out of this, what I would do is I would just simply tighten up my stop, because that first, you know, the first real place where you're going to get any kind of information, good information, is going to be when it gets to the swing point, and that is the September 28th area. So the low there is 2070, the high is 2120, but it's first got to clear this 0.382. Maybe it pulls back a little bit or continues moving up to the 1997 area, but you want to see an expansion of volume.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah. Hey, and if you got a minute, how about FXI?
Okay, FXI. So that is the China iShares, I believe, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep, that's the okay. So so the China iShares, folks, so now right now that is trading at 30.22. There was a bottom that was put in yesterday. When we get back from break, stay if you're kind enough to stay on the line here. I'll do a little bit more research on this. Take a look at that, and we'll go take a look at the FXI with John from Sarasota. You can get in on the action, folks. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. This is the Trader's Edge, and I'm just trying to get my screen here to work properly, which would be nice. And we're on the line with John from Sarasota, and we are taking a look at FXI, which is the iShares for the China 25. Now, are you in this, John, or looking to get in?
Yes, I am. No, I'm in it.
You're in it, okay. So, I've got the weekly chart up on my screen, and the weekly chart shows that what you've completed is a Gartley buy pattern. It came down to the point 618 area, which is 30.27. You're trading at 30.20 right now, and you did that, sometime this week. I'll switch over to the daily chart. Where's the stop that you've got in place on this, if I can ask?
You can ask, but...
I can ask, but you won't tell me. I like it. Okay, it's good.
Yeah, okay.
No problem. So let me help you with where you ought to be taking a look at probably putting a stop in place on this. Give me 1 second here to see where this thing could potentially bounce up to. It would be the 35.99 area. So I'm going to do just a quick calculation here with my position size calculator. And it looks to me like your stop probably should be... Let's see, it gives you risk-reward. Let me modify this just slightly more here. One more adjustment. So I think, your stop ought to be somewhere right around the 26, 28 area. So it'd be a couple bucks down. But, that all depends on the position size that you've got in there. So I don't want to give you too big of a stop, but too big of a wide berth. Now, where this could, on the Gartley pattern, here's what you've got to pay attention to, because it traded below, and it's trading below right now the 0.618 area. It's very, very important that it doesn't get below 28.61, because if it does, it'll go to that 25.47 area relatively quick. Okay. Now I think that this is setting up to be able to bounce, just as we looked at before you came on with your call. We were looking at the Shanghai. And the Hang Seng. No, we're looking at the Hang Seng, I believe, because the Shanghai, I believe, was closed. And so it's also at that 0.618 area. Where this thing would typically bounce to, if it does bounce, we'll do a 0.382 retracement. That would take you up to the 35.99 area. Now, that's on the weekly chart. Let's just go take a look at the daily chart on this here. And this thing is pretty volatile. Is this the triple? Do you know, or is this a double ETF?
No, I think it's just 1-to-1.
Okay. I think maybe it's the FXP that might be the triple. So if we take a look at where this thing should get some information to us, is going to be the swing point on September 27th. And that high there is the low is $33, the high is $34.25. So, it's that to me looks like if this thing is going to bounce, it wants to go up and it wants to at least test that area. What you're going to do, it's got to get through this open gap. Now, this thing gapped down. And the problem with this stock is I think it has a lot of gaps because of the overnight trading. So I'm not going to pay much attention to the gaps on this right here. But short term, if this is a real short-term trade, expect 30.76 to be the first place where you might see some resistance, then to 32.29, and then 33.03 on that. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, John, thanks for calling. Always good to hear your voice. Folks, you can get in the action as well. Give me a call at 877-927-6648. And let's go take a look at that NYSE, New York Stock Exchange. And,
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, you bet. You bet. Have a great day, John. And, folks, what you can see here, I've got the weekly chart up on the screen, and the key number here is at 68.2713. We're traded 67.69 right now. We traded below it 2 weeks ago. We traded below it last week. We're trading below it here. It is absolutely, positively screaming at us that lower prices are coming. If we just simply look at this hammer candle going back from August 12th, we've broken through those lows. When you break through those lows, where I'm going with this is going back to the September 19, 2008 hammer candle that we cracked through. And because things haven't changed in the world, things haven't changed over in Greece or in Ireland or Italy, other than that they've freed Amanda Cox, but things have not changed, folks. And so what you want to do is you want to, if you are in your retirement accounts, again, I can't sound the horn loud enough. I know that Larry was kind enough to call into the show yesterday when I was going through this, and we just simply want to be able to protect, our listeners out there, our clients out there, because your money is an important thing. We want you to learn how to take that money and be able to turn it into something. We don't want you to go through the same pain that everyone went through, most everyone went through, by riding that elevator, that escalator, all the way down to the March 2009 lows. And where this thing is taking us, this thing looks like it's taking us right back there to the March 2009 area. Now, in the NYSE, the next big area for this thing to break through is going to be the August lows. Well, folks, August 27th, the week of that August 27th, because I've got a weekly chart up on here, was a huge astro event. We had, I think, three planetary aspects that were in alignment on one day, and then the next day, which might have been the 24th and the 25th, we had something like 18 or 19. We had real back-to-back stuff right there. Those lows shouldn't be broken. When those lows get broken, on top of the hammer candle that's out there, it is really screaming. It's not just screaming at you. It's that bullhorn. That's that bullhorn that George Bush had when he was standing on the pile at 9/11 that said, what did he say exactly? Basically that, we'll come after you. Well, the market's telling you when those things happen that it's going to come after your money. That's what it wants. And we want you to go ahead and we want you to have that, in a safe place, even if it's cash, because the dollar is king. It's pulling back this morning, but it's fighting its way back. It's only down 29 ticks, and the U.S. dollar is strong. That is the safe haven. And so the low on that August 27th week on the NYSE is 65.94. And, we got below it already this week. It's been rejected. But this is just simply giving you ample time to make sure that you have your stuff in gear, if you will, your stuff in place so that you can get out of the markets. Let's go to our caller, Dave in Boston. Dave, thanks for calling.
Good morning, Steve. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Yourself?
Hey, not too bad.
Good.
Hey, I don't know if you caught it yesterday, but Senator Dick Durbin and President Obama was saying basically run from the banks, and they're blasting Bank America for that $5 fee. And when you hear that, to me, that says buy the banks. And a contrarian move, when I hear that, I'm like, okay, time to buy the banks. But I did pick up FAS yesterday at $9.
Okay, all right.
And I just wanted to see where do you think this thing could run to? Okay,
so buy the banks. So that's coming from our man Dave in Boston. And, the first thing that I'll do is take a look at the XLF. And it's right now trading at 1165, got down to a low of 1095 during the week. I've got the weekly chart set up here. Dave, if you're kind enough to hold through the next break, we'll go take a look at FAS, the XLF as well. Folks, stay tuned. The Dow is up 41. The S&P is up 5. I will be right back.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before October 15th from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but 2 exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support support our local businesses, keep money in your community, and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you only have till October 15th to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Are you looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today. Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. This is the Money Master. Stay tuned because following me, we've got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. You've got the Dow up 52, S&P's up 6, NASDAQ up 22, and we're on the phone with Dave from Boston. He is go long the banks. He's in the FAS, that is the triple ETF. So to answer your question, where I think this can go to is probably $11.10. I think that's the area I would take a look at. What I've got up on my screen here, Dave, is I've got the daily chart of the FAS. And what you did yesterday was you came down to test the August 9th lows. On August 9th, you had 103 million shares. You came down yesterday with 107 million shares. That's telling you it wants to go back down there again. So be careful. I don't know if you caught my analysis of Apple. And when you go down to the swing points with volume, it's just screaming at you. It wants to get back down there. When I take a look at also this little trend line that I have on here, the trend line that I'm showing is just simply the fact that you are continuing to make lower highs and lower lows. You know, on this specific equity, it's the same thing inside the XLF as well. And so that's on the daily basis. If we go drill down into the 10-minute chart, and what we can see here is that, you know, the market certainly took off from about 3:15 yesterday afternoon, and, you know, going into the close at 4 o'clock, you had huge volume. You had 8.7 million shares. and you haven't been able to, right now, what we're taking a look at, just even on a 5-minute chart, you're watching volume drop off, and it's just simply sideways. So you don't have a lot of friends right now that are in this same trade trying to push this thing higher. Be careful. If you take a look at intraday charts, be careful if this thing gets above 1030 on light volume, tests it and closes below that. Okay?
Okay.
Because
so,
it's
I'm looking just as a swing trade, Steve.
Yeah.
I think like maybe tomorrow, because I noticed that sloping trend line. It'll probably come up and tag it, which is right at the 1110 level.
Well, here's what I did, because that's always the first inclination that you might have. But what I did was just took my Fibonacci tool, and I went from the first swing, if you will, the August 31st area, down to the, you could go down either to September 6th, and when you do that, you can see it made it just maybe back, didn't even make it to the 0.618 retracement. And so then if I go back to the swing point of September 12th, you can see that it made it right back to the top of that trend line, but it was also really the 0.618 area. If I go then from the swing point, if you will, of September 16th down to the low that was made on September 22nd, you'll see it made it right back to the 0.618. That's the 1267. So I would say, and how I came up with the 1111 was I went now from that swing point of September 27th down to yesterday, and the 0.618 is 1110. So if the breathing pattern on this is just simply, it's going to, take some air and move up to the 1110 or the 0.618 area, that's where I would start. I would start making sure you've got a good trailing stop in place there, because it may not make it all the way back up to that trend line.
Gotcha. Thanks a lot, Steve.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for calling. Always good to hear from you. And folks, definitely let's go take a look at the cues. Let's take a look at the 10-minute chart. We'll take a look at see what actually pops up here on my screen. Okay, so right now what I've got is the small caps. So you've got the IWM. You can see it's above the close of yesterday. You came in there with 5.3 million shares. We're up that on basically air. I mean, there is no sign of strength really inside here on the IWM. That's on a 5-minute chart. If we take a look at this on a 10-minute chart, is there anything else that's different for us? No, we're just simply going after a swing point here on a 10-minute chart at the 1150 area on September the 30th. Now, you don't have a lot of volume there at 840,000 shares, and you're coming into that with more volume. Watch that area on a intraday basis. That is going to be in the 1150 and 1140 time frame. Folks, thanks so much for being here with me. I look forward to seeing you again in the morning. Stay tuned for Basil Chapman. You got the Dow up 73, S&P's up 9. I think we'll see the market move up for maybe the next 2 days. Thanks for being here. Take care. Bye-bye now.